The Israelites' existence in Egypt was marked by harsh subjugation and relentless servitude. Their overlords forced them into grueling labor, constructing monumental structures under the blistering Egyptian sun. Their lives were reduced to a cycle of toil and despair, with any glimmers of hope extinguished by the relentless whip of their taskmasters. Amid this bleak reality, a beacon of hope emerged in the form of Moses. Born to an Israelite family, he was saved from a mass infanticide by the Pharaoh's daughter. Growing up in the royal palace, he developed a deep empathy for his oppressed brethren. A burning bush encounter with God ignited his divine mission to liberate his people. Moses, accompanied by his brother Aaron, confronted the Pharaoh with a divine mandate. They boldly demanded the freedom of the Israelites, standing up to the most powerful man in Egypt. This encounter marked the beginning of a clash between divine providence and human tyranny. The Pharaoh, however, remained unyielding. He dismissed Moses' demand, refusing to free the Israelites. His pride and arrogance clouded his judgment, setting the stage for a series of divine interventions that would shake the foundations of his empire. The first intervention came in the form of a plague that turned water into blood. The life-giving Nile River transformed into a river of death, with fish dying and the water becoming undrinkable. This plague brought about severe disruption and chaos, serving as a stark warning of the consequences of Pharaoh's obstinacy. The second plague brought an invasion of frogs upon Egypt. Frogs swarmed into homes, pots, ovens, and beds, disrupting daily life and creating a state of chaos. This plague took a toll on the Egyptians' comfort and sanity, yet Pharaoh remained defiant. Next, Egypt was inflicted with the third plague. Dust transformed into gnats or lice that crept upon humans and animals, spreading discomfort and disease. This plague was an intense attack not only on physical health but also on the mental well-being of the Egyptians. Following the gnats, the fourth plague consisted of an infestation of flies. These flies caused significant distress, affecting both the people and livestock of Egypt. The stinging, buzzing swarms compounded the misery, yet Pharaoh's heart remained hardened. The fifth plague was an epidemic among livestock. Cattle, sheep, and camels fell ill and died, leading to a major blow to Egypt's economy. This plague illustrated that God's power could extend to their source of wealth and sustenance. The sixth plague saw the Egyptians afflicted with excruciating boils. These painful sores appeared on the skin of every Egyptian, causing immense suffering. Despite the physical agony inflicted on his people, Pharaoh remained unmoved, setting the stage for further divine intervention. The seventh plague fell upon Egypt with a fury, as a hailstorm of unprecedented intensity descended, destroying crops and killing livestock. The skies roared with thunder, as hailstones wreaked havoc on the once fertile lands, pushing Egypt towards the brink of famine. Then came the eighth plague, a massive swarm of locusts. They devoured everything left untouched by the hail, stripping the land of its remaining greenery. This plague was not just an agricultural disaster, but a visual reminder of the consequences of Pharaoh's stubbornness. The ninth plague brought a thick, tangible darkness that enveloped Egypt for 3 days. It was a darkness so profound that it extinguished all light sources, plunging the nation into a state of fear and uncertainty. This plague symbolized the spiritual darkness that had taken hold of Egypt. The 10th and most devastating plague was the death of every Egyptian firstborn. This heartbreaking event brought a sense of despair and sorrow that echoed through every home in Egypt. The magnitude of this tragedy finally made Pharaoh confront the truth he had been denying. The Israelites, however, were spared from this disaster through the observance of Passover. They marked their doors with lamb's blood, a divine instruction that shielded them from the angel of death. This event marked a significant turning point in their history, symbolizing deliverance and hope. Overwhelmed by the loss of his firstborn son and the mounting devastation of his kingdom, Pharaoh finally relents. In a moment of profound grief and desperation, he orders the liberation of the Israelites, his heart weighed down by the heavy toll of his stubbornness. The once mighty ruler, now humbled, sets the stage for a significant turn of events in the history of the Israelites.